brothers and sisters, aunties, uncles, and play cousins. What's good, fam? It's your boy, Mr. Michael. So check it out. I got a text the other day from my dear friend and one of my day one, subscribers to Old Heads Media, and said, hey, Mr. Michael, such and such and such and such. And was basically telling me about a new release or a new song that had come out. And when he first told me about the song, I was like, oh, that piqued my interest a little bit. So today, everybody on the page that's been here for a minute knows that I have an affinity, that I'm a fan of the artist Jenevieve. And Jenevieve has recently released a new song called Hvnly, featuring, and I want to make sure that I get this pronunciation right, I think her name is JIHYO. So she's a K-pop artist that was one of the members of the K-pop group Twice. I'm going to be transparent, and I have been since day one. I've never been a big K-pop fan, and it has nothing to do with the quality of the art of the K-pop artists. There are a lot of K-pop artists, a lot of artists from other countries that I'm fans of, that I really like. I think that they have a gift, that they voice, whether they rap, whether they do this, that, or the other. The only problem that I've ever had really latching on to K-pop artists is that, and it's fair, but I know that a lot of the K-pop music is not really done specifically for like the States or anything like that. So a lot of it is done in, foreign languages, and just a personal preference of mine is when I'm listening to the music, I don't want to have to read the words. I want to be able to just put it on and know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So that was kind of a bias of mine. Whether it was fair or not, I don't know. But I recently fell in love with, the group XG. And I noticed that a lot of I seen BTS has recently released music in English. And, a lot of the other K-pop artists are starting to actually release music in English, where now I've had the opportunity to peek my ears to them and actually listen to them. And now I'm like, okay, now I get a chance to truly appreciate their voices, because, it's not deterring me that I have to also focus on, reading subtitles and stuff like that. So it's drawn my attention a little bit more. So today, when I actually looked at what my friend, texted me and told me that, this artist JIHYO was featured on this song with Jenevieve, I was like, okay, I need to actually check this out, because if she's with Jenevieve, then I know that this song is going to be in English, and it's going to give me an opportunity to actually pay attention to her voice, because I want to make sure that I'm doing her artistry justice as well. And I love Jenevieve, so this is going to be a treat for me. So today we're going to get straight on into it. We're going to get into Jenevieve featuring JIHYO, and please, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. I'll look it up to make sure that I get the English pronunciation proper. But of the K-pop group Twice and their song Hvnly. So I'm going to check this out, and hey, y'all, you know what it is. Let's go.
Just don't know why I think of you when I close my eyes. How you love to stay on my mind. Swear I said goodbye, something to 100 times. Wants to be my favorite reply. You must be an angel. Love's right.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna go back to the beginning, because I don't want to do any harm to her voice, because from what I'm hearing, her voice is silky. I'm actually kind of digging it. But somebody get in the comments and tell me. I may have to do my own research. But this song isn't new. Hvnly. So I think I've already reacted to this song by Jenevieve. This must be a remix version of, because I believe I did a reaction to a song by Jenevieve called Hvn High. It was one of the very first songs that got me really attracted to Jenevieve. She has a song on an album that she released in 2025. Her album was Chrysalis, and she has a song called Hvn High. And that was I love that song. I like the groove and the vibe of it. But this sounds like a remix to that song. I know the title is different. This says Hvnly, but this sounds like Hvn High. Y'all let me know in the description if I'm wrong. And after I'm done recording this, I'm gonna go check it out anyway. But I believe this is a remake. But let me go back. Let me go back and do her proper due, because she actually, her voice sounds good from what I can see so far. Let's go.
Just don't know why I think of you when I close my eyes. How you love to stay on my mind. I swear I said goodbye something to 100 times. Must have been my favorite lie. You must be an angel, love struck if you can't tell. I think I found a reason to believe I'm under his spell. I wish somebody wonders, when did he get this gorgeous? Now I'm running round in circles, brainstorming how to solve things. Steady and night, come on, baby, let's roll.
Yeah, this hook. I've reacted to this song. This is Hvn High. This is Hvn High, y'all.
That's that shit that works for me.
Yeah, this is Hvn High. I've reacted to this song before. I love this song. I ain't gonna lie. JIHYO, man, I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. JIHYO, her voice is silky. I kind of feel like I'd have missed out. Maybe I didn't, because I'm not familiar with Twice. I haven't really dug into Twice. So I don't know if they have any English speaking, releases. But if this is her first venture into releasing English speaking music, she sounds smooth. Her voice blends right in with Jenevieve. She's kind of got that silky smooth, kind of just get to it, and Jenevieve, her swag is so 90s and so chill, and so the vibe is so tight that this sounds like they, I can see why Jenevieve put her on this.
That's that shit that works for me. Oh, so heavenly. It's so heavenly. Ooh, I'm so winning, yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
You're my type. Yeah. I'm telling you, I wanna stay high.
Yeah, that was it. That was Hvn High. But you know what? I was watching the video and stuff like that, and I'm looking at, like, she even adapted some of Jenevieve's swag, because Jenevieve has this natural swag that's undeniable. Like, Jenevieve is that chick. That y'all, if you don't know, you're gonna know soon. You're gonna slowly see her eventually, take her place amongst the upper echelon in the R&B industry. She's just got the it thing. But I've noticed a lot, in which I think this actually was cool to see JIHYO, even though I'm not familiar with her. I'm familiar with how, kind of the the K-pop or, you know, the whole, how the structure goes, just because of my journey and following the group XG, I kind of understand a little bit more about how things are designed and orchestrated when you're dealing with, you know, the Asian, you know, pop industry. You know, that they, you know, a lot of those artists, they got us beat. A lot of those artists, their work ethic is ridiculous. And they start out as little, small children. So they've already developed a fan base and but they've done this as a child. You know what I'm saying? And what happens naturally is they age, they get older. And then they get to a certain age to where the draw that was drawn, you know, that attracted people to them as children with the work ethic and, you know, the fan base. Well, those people grow up too. You know what I mean? So they get to a certain point in their career where now we have to do new things. We have to reinvent ourselves. And I've noticed that that's happening, you know, with some of the Asian pop, you know, artists now, is that, you know, you see these little collabs. You know, you've seen Jenevive from XG do the collab with, you know, with Rhapsody. You know, I've seen BTS do collabs with American artists, and BTS was already like a grown up boy band anyway. But I'm just saying, you've seen these collabs happening, and they're twofold. A lot of times what they're doing is they're helping draw a more mature artist, a more mature audience, because it's showing the more developed and, you know, matured side of them, which is what this did for her. You know, it's showing a more mature, you know, version of her singing this type of song with this type of artist in English. And it's actually drawing in a new fan base. It's drawing in a new fan base to somebody that may not have already been aware of her, but it's also giving her an opportunity to say, hey, look, I'm not a kid anymore. You know, and that's the same thing that happens with a lot of them. So I got a feeling that you're going to see a lot more of these collabs happening between American artists and, you know, and K-pop, or, you know, Asian pop. I don't want to just say K-pop because, you know, you got the X-pop, you've got the A-pop, but I'm just going to say Asian artists. You're going to see a lot more of these collabs, and I'm here for it because so far everyone that I've heard has been fire. I've never hated on The Gift. I love The Gift. A lot of these people can actually sing. And the few songs that I've heard, I've listened to them, and it's like the voices are phenomenal. And even their ability and their cadences when they do their raps to stay in the pocket and things like that, the skill set is phenomenal. The only thing that actually pushed me away from it is I don't want to have to read the lyrics. And if I'm playing it in my car, if it's not in English, I'm not going to understand it, so I'm less likely to play it. You know what I mean? But but The Gift is still there. The Gift is still there. Just because I don't understand it doesn't mean that it's not a gift. So with that being said, I like hearing this because now this makes me want to see more from her and to actually see if there's more, you know, stuff that I could be drawn to. So I appreciate her for doing this, and big ups to Jenevieve, you know what I'm saying, for putting herself in position. And this also helps, you know, American artists like Jenevieve, you know, who is still making her mark in the industry, because now she's exposed herself to a whole new fan base of people in the Asian, you know, pop, you know, market that she wouldn't have reached without JIHYO. So it's a, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your situation. And they ended up creating fire from it. So I'm here for it. I love it. That's it, y'all. Hey, that was Jenevieve. I'm going to do y'all a favor. I'm going to put the original song. I'm going to put the link to the original song, Hvn High, along with this one in the description. So you can check out both of them, because there is a version of this song. And once they got to the hook and got to Genevieve's verse, I knew it was that song. But there is a version of that song with Jenevieve by herself. It's just got a different name. So if you go on to Genevieve's page, look for a song called Hvn High. And if you don't want to, you can just click the link in the description. It's going to be in there. Hey, y'all, do me a favor. If y'all on your way out the door, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed to the page, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to grow. We're on the road to 10,000, and y'all can help with that. Hey, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can stay up in everything we do. And until the next one, I love y'all. Peace out.